have had my first Axolotl order, so this is my first time shipping and my first time selling one. So today we have two, and I have the first bags already with cool water. I put more water in than I usually would do when I've been practicing because they lay sideways in here because they're too tall. But here's the first baby, little baby antler, who is one of my favorites. And I named it that because it has like a gill on the top over here that like bends over ever since it was a baby, so I just said it reminded me of a deer antler. So I have the styrofoam in here all around, as you can see, and then I have bubble wrap, try and help insulate it more and keep the ice packs from touching them. So I'm gonna start moving them in here. I'll show you the second baby in a second. I am gonna cut out catching them with a net because they splash a lot. Okay, so I have the first baby, little baby antler in here. Oh, hold on. It's like hard to see. I'm trying to wipe the fog off. There we go. That looks good. So now I'm gonna get its sibling, and its sibling is just named after a letter of the alphabet, so it'll be Baby R today. Okay, so I finally caught Baby R. They are both GFP because their dad is a super GFP, so basically every baby he has is gonna be GFP. So I have been working on my bagging techniques. I hope it's good enough. I still have the bag from the other day that I did. I'm probably gonna edit this out too. Now I'm going to do a second rubber band just to be safe. Okay, so the first bag for Baby R is done. So this is how it'll be in shipment. I wanted to make sure that there was enough water because when I practiced, it did not look like there was enough water. And I did fast them for one day. I don't know if I should have done two because they're pretty small. I know Baby R used the bathroom yesterday, so it should be good. Okay, so I watched a video on YouTube of a lady shipping these. And when I find it again, I'll put it in the description because it helped me figure out how to capture all the air. She did a few different methods, but for me, it's the fold down and like start twisting. Ironically, that was my worst bagging. I might redo that one. No, I mean, it's good. It's just, and I'm also gonna do two rubber bands on this one. Okay, we have the first rubber band, so now I'm going to do the second one. You could probably hear me better now that the air conditioner just kicked itself off. I have a lot of babies in here, over 50, so, and the dad. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good job. And then I have bigger bags with the same bottom type to double bag them in. But after all my practice bags, I definitely think I want to go with a smaller one. Now these would be perfect for like a bigger one, but these aren't that big, and there's a bigger size difference than I anticipated. So like there's that extra space in here. But I got the round bottoms because when I was looking up how to ship these, it did say you don't want them to get stuck, and like the corners, the videos I watched, they actually had square bottom bags, but I found these round ones and I thought that'd be good for them, so that way they wouldn't get stuck. But I'm gonna give them 3 ice packs, I think, because it's in the 80s today. It's like right at the temperature where if it was like any higher, I wouldn't be shipping today. But where they are going, and it is FedEx priority overnight where they are going, it is going to be way cooler, like over 10 degrees cooler, and it's going to be like the it's not early. The low to mid 70s, not early 70s. I'm gonna double band the big bags as well. And if you hear meowing or scratching, my cat wants in here. It followed me. That's a pretty sad job. So that's what the other rubber band is for. For my own sanity, I'm actually going to triple rubber band these because there was a lot of bag excess at the top, so I wrapped it around and tried to rubber band that. So I'm just going to do one more rubber band on top. But if you all are interested in any axolotls and you're in a state that lets you have them, this is roughly the process. Hopefully it'll go a lot smoother of how they'll be packaged and shipped. I'm trying my best to do a really good job because it would be traumatizing to hear back from my first customer that the babies arrived dead, and it'd be traumatizing for them to see that, and traumatizing for me because I love them and I raised them literally since the day they were born. Like, I literally watched the mom give birth in the middle of my class. So I'm gonna double bag this one now. But so far, even though this is my first sale, the Leucistics seem to be the most popular because I have a local sale lined up this Friday for another Leucistic. And I will be at the West Virginia Reptile Expo. I think it is July 17th. If not, I will put the actual correct date in the description. But it will be my first expo as a seller. I have been to that expo many a times. That's where I got a lot of my little critters, like my geckos and stuff. Their mom came from an expo out of state a long time ago. This is going to be her only clutch of babies. I'm going to get a different mom for the future, just because she's technically kind of old. I mean, she's technically half-lived, I hope. She is 8. I've had her a really long time. But she was my first axolotl. And I had an amazing teacher sometime in high school because it was actually the teacher. She had one as a classroom pet, and I already knew what they were, and I couldn't believe that she had one, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I've been wanting to get one. And she offered to go all the way out of state at an expo to get me one, so I gave her the money, and it was perfect timing. It was my 16th birthday, except then school was closed for a whole week because of bad weather. Yeah, I'm gonna put one more band on this one, but I have 3 different colors of babies. They're morphs. Like I said, they are all GFP, every single one. I have, like what these 2 are, that's 2 of the 3. So we have Wild, Leucistic, and a few Golden Albino. I think there was only 14. I haven't sold any, but I'm holding back one because it is what I've discovered is called a sunburst. So very high iridophores, which basically just mean it's a very glittery, sparkly baby, and I love it. And I think they're called sunburst because they're yellow, you know, golden albino. I mean, it kind of looks like a unicorn horn, but it looks really good. So I'm going to put them in facing each other. And now we're going to do the ice packs. So I'm glad that you cannot see the tracking information. I have that label on this side. So I have these. This is, I will probably get a picture of the side. I just got the box wet. But this is a MorphMarket box, so it has all the labeling on it. These are from MorphMarket. These little ice packs. I grabbed quite a few paper towels. But if I need to, I'm also going to use, what's it called? Bubble wrap. Okay, so I'll put this in one corner. I'll put another one in the other corner. I've never used these ice packs. To my knowledge, they're basically unbranded. I had to soak them and then freeze them. Well, dry them off and then freeze them. But I've never used these. Again, this is my first time shipping. So that's why I'm kind of like nervous with how many to put in. So I'm giving them 3 because it is a little toasty here. So my plan is to then put the bubble wrap down. And I'll put the third one on the top, just in case, and this is going to be wrapped up too, but the bubble wrap is an extra barrier for the cold to get through, just in case it is too cold. So, let's see, they have bubble wrap, 3 ice packs, the styrofoam. They seem pretty sturdy in there. I get nervous. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. That is my biggest fear, is that they're going to arrive dead. Okay. I handwrote a thank you card. I was thinking about making, it was this one, yeah, it was sort of like antler by sort of curving that, but I'm like, no. So. And a business card, and they don't have backs on them. So I hand wrote the Instagram MorphMarket, so that's going on top. And then I will close this up and tape the top. So I don't want the tracking information or the address seen, so I'm just gonna stop the video.